Hello, honorable members of the clan. So we are not going to the Gauteng High Court, but we are going to talk about what transpired yesterday at the Gauteng High Court. I know, guys, I left you hanging. I thought that I was going to back on time. I was adulting yesterday. I was juggling a lot of things yesterday. So I thought I was going to come back right on time, and so that we can continue with what was transpiring in the Gauteng High Court. And it was hot. Mr. Nisi was not relenting, and he was pushing Mr. Gininda against the wall. Now, one thing that I really, really appreciate about Mr. Nisi when he started out in the morning was the process of arresting a suspect. What is the process of arresting a suspect, in particular when they have things on them like a cell phone, like whatever it is that they may find on them? Then Mr. Gininda, they started explaining, because this, what Mr. Nisi was talking about, was bothering him. It was also bothering me too. I mean, I did tell you guys that I used to have a neighbor who was a police officer, and I think it was Gininda or somebody that tried it by lying to the court or misleading the court that Ntamzi had his cell phone on him for 7 months before it was discovered around the 7th of February 2021. Like, how? How? Because we understood that when Mugano was on the stand, he said that they went to Mr. Ntamzi on the 16th of June 2020 to place him under arrest. They confiscated 2 cell phones. And then Ntamzi expanded what that second cell phone was about, that it was his sister's cell phone, which today apparently it is nowhere to be found. And secondly, they confiscated everything that he had on him, and then he says they did put it in the evidence bag, sealed it in front of him, and put the cell phone numbers of these particular exhibits. And so Gininda says, well, when a person is arrested, indeed, they get searched. And then if they find any exhibit they think is going to assist them in the court of law, they seize that. And then they put it in a evidence bag, and then it is registered with SAP 22. So this is where they keep those particular exhibits. If they are no exhibits are going to SAP 13 store, sorry, they go to SAP 13 store if what they find, like a cell phone, gun, knife, anything that they think is going to assist with the investigation. However, if these items that are found on him, maybe let's say a pen, maybe even a cell phone that they don't think it is going to assist them in the investigation, is then taken to a property register, which is also called SAP 22. And then I was like, okay, cool, now let's get to the part where Ntamzi is not searched, and he's also not has given his cell phone to the police, which I've been asking questions about this particular cell phone. Nobody charges it, and who recharges the airtime so that Ntamzi is able to communicate with the outside world. So then it came to the meeting where Mr. Gininda met with Ntamzi. He says that he met Ntamzi only in Carltonville on the 18th or 17th of June 2020. Yet Mugano and them, including Mr. Ntamzi, said the first time that Gininda met with Ntamzi was on the 17th of June 20. So it was the 18th, not the 17th. The 17th, it was Pretoria North. That Gininda disputes that I wasn't there. Benging Gecko, I was not there. And yet, three people, one of them actually, the tongue slipped. I think it was Muhola. A tongue slipped about the 17th in Pretoria North, Gininda being there. Remember, in that room, Mr. Ntamzi was asked to take off his clothes so that they can check for tattoos, check a gold tooth, as well as the dreads, and also because of the identicate. Also, I think it was Mr. somebody, I'm sorry, I forgot the name, who said he saw one of the intruders running from the Kumalo house, and the person had dreadlocks, had a gold tooth, and I think one of the eyewitnesses said they saw that he had a tattoo. So now Mr. Gininda talked about how he was reading Ntamzi's rights every time he's about to interview him. He would read him his rights or tell him about his rights, and he said the entire time he has had any conversation with Ntamzi, they were all official. Okay, if they were official conversations, so where are the performers? Can you show us the performers to justify what you're saying? You talk about corroborations, so let's corroborate your official discussions with Ntamzi with performers. I thought that was the question that was going to come about, but it's okay because we know that Mr. Nisi said he is going to be with Mr. Gininda for a long time. He's going to be on that stand for quite some time. I'm even assuming that we might even see this go all the way into 2025, as we have said or predicted previously. Then it came to the part where in Carltonville, when Mr. Gininda meets with Ntamzi, and he says that he talked to him about the Nongoma case, but at the same time he slid in the Senzo Meiwa, and it was Ntamzi who revealed the date of the 26th of October 2014. I'm like, now it makes sense why some courts in other democracies, they will have a psychologist to understand as well, to talk about these sort of things, because the mind can carry a lot of things. There are some things when you were 2 years old, 3 years old, even though you might be sure of, but the brain did capture that. And then you keep asking yourself, but where have I seen this before? Where have I experienced, not deja vu, but some experience that you may have had when you were 2, 3 years old. This is why psychologists are needed and needed to understand, and which also kind of like sheds light why the rich always get away with murder, and why poor people, because I mean, Ntamzi can't afford a psychologist to come and say, hey, how come he remembers the date of the 26th? Is it because the case was a lot on the media, or is it because somebody may have mentioned it prior to Gininda talking to him, which we found out in court by Mugano, who said on the 26th of October, Senzomeo was deleted and you were involved. So that's how he captured it. So I don't know if this should be a mandate of some sort where you have a private psychologist as well as a state psychologist to talk on this, because I believe the brain must always also be on the stand. Whenever a witness talks about the accused, they also need to check the state of mind of the person when they were interviewing him at the time. Because we already know Ntamzi and and Sibia said they were tortured. So now, how do we know his state of mind at the time? Remember, they've been driving around with him for over 40 hours without sleep. And then Mukhanu is like, yeah, the Fortuner has comfortable seats. Imagine a high-profile suspect. You are driving around the country with him. Njani. All these things are things that needs to be canvassed, and we need to understand how during COVID time, because they are talking about traffic, the hard brakes, during Kororo? No, come on, people. That could not be. But anyways, Mr. Gininda continued to lie through his teeth by explaining himself. And it was so annoying. That man is annoying. I don't want to lie. Absolutely annoying. And I dread the day he is going to practice as a lawyer. I'm hearing rumors that he is arrested and appeared in court. I don't know how true that is. I'm not going to touch on it in case you are thinking that I'm going to touch on it. I am still doing my due diligence and checking out how true all this is, so that when I come to you, I'm coming to you with some information that is solid. For now, I'm going to reserve this particular part of what is going on out there regarding Gininda being arrested and appearing in court. However, there was something that I did pick up when Judge Rata asked him about his availability. He mentioned that he is not available on Friday, and he has an engagement or a commitment on Monday. I was like, you should have said you are writing exam on Monday. I was like, okay, maybe he's going to be appearing in court. I don't know. Or maybe he is writing. I don't know. But I'm just waiting for further information regarding this matter. and then we'll talk about it because it sounds juicy to me. And that, guys, let's leave it right here. And we are going to talk more about other stuff that I also picked up in the cross examination by Mr. Nisi to Gininda that I feel like we need to discuss, some of which we did speak about them in the previous videos. And seemingly, we might actually get vindicated because he is struggling to understand that, man. And that, please, guys, don't leave the video without liking. And I appreciate you guys for liking the video. We are now going past the 1,000 likes. Please continue to help me grow the channel by liking the videos. I highly appreciate you. I also appreciate every one of you who are super thanking the channel, guys. I highly appreciate it. Highly, you have no idea how appreciative I am. And watching the ads as well. Please, guys, we declined on that sector of watching the ads. Please don't skip. Please, this helps me to be motivated to create more videos like this. Otherwise, what's the point, right? And then, guys, let's see each other a little bit later and enjoy your Friday. Goodbye. I really am trying to speak over the siren, but I am failing. But other than, let's let the siren go off and then we'll continue with our conversation. I'm not going to edit this video. I don't have time. It's not going away. Yo, how am I? I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not editing this video. Anyways, let's continue, even though it's just blasting out and abusing the rest of us. Guys, they're not going away. I am so disturbed. Nkosi yami. Kanti yini engaka? Okay, and